Hello everyone, welcome back to another Matty Crafts video. In today's video, I'm going to be making an elite hunter, but I'm going to be showing you a little bit more of a step-by-step process so you guys can maybe follow along a little bit or just see a little bit more on how I make all my figures. A lot of people ask what kind of clay I use, and today I'm using Green Stuff. Green Stuff is a two-part epoxy clay that you can see right here, and it comes normally in this tape roll. You get it off eBay and Amazon. You want to cut out that piece in the middle and then start stretching it and mixing it together to get the green stuff to work really well. After that's all finished, I start scoring a part of the plastic and I start adding on little bits of green stuff pieces just as you see here. These are going to be working for the feet, and I make the feet similar on both sides. And I also take this little cutting blade that I get off Walmart. I think it's just an X-Acto knife, and I've been using this for all my customs for a really long time. It's actually like my favorite thing to sculpt with, how simple it is. It's just so good, and I've used it for so long. I've gotten really good with just using a little X-Acto blade. Now I'm just going around and adding various different pieces of green stuff onto the majority of the elite hunter. This was something that I just kind of made up as well, and it was really challenging and kind of fun to just see what I could create. For the shield here, I took a little piece of cardboard, cut it out, and put it on a thin piece of green stuff, as you can see. And then I just bent it the shape and kind of put it over like a pen or something so it didn't rebend back. Adding green stuff onto the figure, you're normally going to want to score a lot of the areas that you do, so then when you press the green stuff down, it's going to connect and stick. You can kind of just look and see what I'm doing here. I like to add abs to my elite. I feel like they have that a lot in Combat Evolved, and it's always just a nice look in my opinion for the elites. And then I'm just adding other bits of green stuff all around, sculpting it till it's smooth, using water as well, and then I'm just adding more score marks. Try to add as much little bit of detail as I can to the figure without going too overboard and making this project take like 20 hours or something. And whenever you guys see these figures, you see them at such a fast rate compared to how long they actually take. I think this one took around 8 hours or so. So this is multiple different green stuff attempts and tries, but you really have to be patient with the clay and patient with your own skills as well. But once you get to the patient aspect of your work, you can start doing things cool like this spine on the back of the hunter here, or elite hunter here. Doing these little things of detail you'll kind of like learn over time the more you do this stuff is really fun, and figuring out fun ways to make the spikes look good and just everything, you know, the more you work with this green stuff clay, the better you'll get. Now to remove that cardboard, I just add a little bit of water onto it and it pretty much comes right off the green stuff, and that's like one of the coolest tricks that I've learned. And now I'm just assembling most of the parts of the figure, and I'm even scoring some of the green stuff so when I add super glue, everything sticks together. I'm really happy with how the elite hunter turned out so far. I think he looks really awesome, and now we can get on to the painting part. All of my paints are Citadel paint, which is really just the painting brand I've kind of used the most and the longest, and it's always been effective for me. Now I'm learning different things about it all the time, like adding water to it to thin it and maybe making it not as thick on some of my figures. So I did a nice kind of watery mix of black Citadel paint there, and now we're going to be adding some red Citadel paint. Now you can use other paints like Army Painter, and I know there's another one that's super famous out there that a lot of the Warhammer community uses, and the Warhammer community are probably the top painting community. I'm not that good yet, and I still kind of treat it as almost like a hobby, even though I kind of need to up my painting game. But as you can see how thin and good the paint is flowing off of my brush, that's because I added just a little bit of water to it. And honestly, it's a good trick that I've learned from comments that someone left me. And I really appreciate whenever you guys leave me helpful tips and tricks in the comments, because I do look at them like, oh yeah, I'll try that. And it normally half the time works really well. Now we're going to be using some Army Painter White here and just testing it, make sure it's nice and kind of dry brushy. You want it to be very thin on your brush, and sometimes I still make mistakes like right there on the shield. But you want it to be very, very light, and then you add the dry brush, and it adds a lot more detail, different shiny aspects to the armor, and it's pretty important if you really want to have a whole rounded figure. For the cannon here, we're going to be adding a little bit of that nice famous hunter lime green, some of them in the eye areas, And that's pretty much it for the custom, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what custom I should show you guys how to make next. If you guys want more tips and tricks, let me know in the comments down below. And I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Oh yeah, and leave a like and subscribe. Thanks.